Tonight on News 5 Live, a 4-year-old girl is injured during New Year's Eve fireworks. 3 Belize City men are shot on New Year's Day. Keecocker residents' concerns about a proposed fuel depot are addressed. And the Domestic Violence Unit gets a new name. Stay tuned for these stories and more in the next 60 seconds.
Cooking just got easier with Kent Oils, your go-to choice for every dish. Available in 3 sizes and 3 great options: vegetable, corn, or canola oil. Perfect for frying, baking, sauteing, or grilling. Kent Oils deliver the quality you trust with a clean, natural flavor for all your cooking needs. Conveniently available at stores near you. Exclusively distributed by Unitex Company Limited.
Good evening and welcome to News 5 Live for Thursday, January 2nd. I am Sabrina Daly. 2025 has just begun and already several Belize City residents have been hospitalized due to gunshot injuries, including a 4-year-old girl. Just after midnight on January 1st, the little girl was watching fireworks with her family on Levi Slusher Street when she suddenly felt a pain in her arm. At first, her family thought a stray stone had hit her, but an X-ray revealed the shocking truth. She had been struck by a bullet. Thankfully, she is expected to make a full recovery, but the incident has left her family traumatized and the community deeply shaken. Here's News 5's Brittany Gordon with more details.
On Wednesday, as the clock struck midnight on New Year's Day, Belize was alive with the sounds of fireworks and dynamite. The dazzling lights and booming sounds are a beloved tradition for families, friends, and communities to welcome the new year. However, the celebration can quickly turn dangerous, as the sound of dynamite is almost indistinguishable from gunshots. One Belize City family experienced this firsthand when their 4-year-old daughter was struck by a bullet while watching the fireworks. The girl's mother shared the harrowing details of this terrifying incident.
2 minutes after our fireworks show finished, her hand was up and bring it down and she was like, "Mommy, I get hurt." So when she said, "Mommy, I got hurt," I look, but it's like a cut. It almost looked like it was open. So I yelled for my brother and I tell her that what happened, the baby get hurt. So he said that probably a stone gone in there will fly off of the street or the from the fireworks. So my second brother come and he check it. The neighbor always surround me and the baby and the middle look at it. So he run upstairs, get a cloth tight, and then I noticed they have a big object inside of her hand. So I made a whole long whip of the object, then making a move and fold her hand, and we left to the hospital.
At the hospital, the family made the horrifying discovery that their little girl had been injured by a bullet. Thankfully, doctors were able to remove the bullet from her arm. While the mother is deeply traumatized by the incident, she's doing her best to stay strong for her daughter. Remarkably, the child didn't cry during the ordeal and is now recovering well, according to her mother.
She has cerebral palsy, so she can't walk. So most of the time she sleeps, and when she wakes, I don't know if she's traumatized. She keep asking like, when is my hand going to get better? And question, why did the man hurt me? And those questions got me very emotional, because explaining to her that she got a gun wound in her hand, it's rough, because it's keep replaying and she keep questioning it.
After the bullet was removed, the family headed to the police station to file a formal report. The mother claims they spent over 3 hours there with their daughter. During the interview, she alleges that the officers were hostile and initially didn't believe her story.
She started to interrogate me. And the way how I process it, when the questions and doing her job, right? I let her to ask her questions, but the way she was stating it, because many of my family members has licensed gun. And my brothers have licensed gun as well, but she was trying to let me confess that my brother probably pulled out his firearm and make shots in the air. But before that, I request if they can test the bullet to see which gun it come from, because I even wanted to know what kind of bullet it was. When I was at the hospital, I asked, but the inspector couldn't tell, so he said leave it up to the professionals, and I agree. But then during the interrogation, the officer was stiff, but I keep to my words. But she wanted me to switch. But how can I switch when I'm telling the truth?
While the child is on the mend, many questions remain unanswered. The family is still in the dark about where the bullet came from, leaving them with a sense of unease and uncertainty. Do you have any idea where this stray bullet might have come from?
No, Mom, no idea. You couldn't determine if from a right, left, anywhere. Because it's hard for you to determine whether it was fireworks, dynamite, or gunshot, or stone. Because it was literally 12 o'clock when everyone was loosening out their stuff.
Brittany Gordon for News 5.
In the early hours of New Year's Day, 3 men had a close call with a gunman but were lucky to escape with their lives. Around 3 a.m., 18-year-old Anwar Smith from Set Site, 22-year-old Jody Ortiz from Western Pines, and Dennis Aranda were hanging out in a yard on Linda Vista Street in Belize City when a white vehicle approached from LaCroix Boulevard. Suddenly, a gunman opened fire on the group. The men were rushed to Carl Huschner Memorial Hospital for treatment, but remarkably, they only sustained minor injuries as the bullets had merely grazed them. Police are still investigating the incident. On Wednesday, a 21-year-old Belize City resident became the 4th person injured in a New Year's Day shooting. Around 4:30 a.m., Shamar Gillett was walking home when a vehicle stopped at the corner of Gibnut Street and Marigold Alley, and shots were fired from inside. Gillett was hit in his left arm and rushed to Carl Huschner Memorial Hospital for treatment. We spoke with Gillett earlier today, and he informed us that his arm is recovering well and has already regained movement. Interestingly, Gillett was involved in another shooting incident in 2022, but as the alleged shooter. Reports indicate that gunshots were fired at the corner of Gibnut and Carousel Street, causing damage to 2 vehicles. Police believe Anthony Parham was the intended target of that incident. The investigation into the 2025 shooting is ongoing. The crime and police statistics for 2024 are still being finalized and won't be released until next week. However, if our records are accurate, the murder count for the past year remained in double digits. This marks the second consecutive year that homicide stayed below the 100 mark, closely following 2023's figures of 87. News 5's indicate that the murder count for 2024 was 91, though this number could differ from the police department's official tally next week. When it comes to fatal traffic accidents, which are a major concern, we expect the numbers to be high for 2024, given the frequent fatal motorcycle accidents. At the last House meeting about 3 weeks ago, Prime Minister John Bersenio mentioned that a significantly high number of drivers were charged with driving under the influence of alcohol in 2024. He also stated that the Attorney General's ministry is working on a strategic revamp of the penalties for this serious offense.
I'm told that so far for this year, up to November, we have arrested 201 persons for driving under the influence. It is also a fact that much more needs to be done. That's nowhere close to what we have to do. But the prevalence and frequency of losing so many Belizean lives, especially our young people, promising young Belizeans, warrants immediate attention and action. In this regard, Cabinet has directed the Attorney General to commence a comprehensive review of road safety laws and regulations, particularly offenses dealing with driving under the influence, with a view to make it a serious deterrent for anyone who considers drinking and taking the wheel.
Coming up, Petrol Alliance Group responds to concerns about fuel station in Keycocker.
My fellow Belizeans, the festive transit to the new year is upon us. These are days of celebration, family cheer, and reflection. As we stride to 2025, tradition beckons us to review our performance during the closing year while picturing our prospects for the new year ahead. For sure, even the scoffers would concede the manifold victories that Belizeans can confidently claim at this year's finish line. Our people are working, earning higher incomes, paying less taxes, living in safer communities, benefiting from improved education and healthcare, and believing for the first time in a generation that opportunity and hope match their ambitions. As Prime Minister, my pledge to Belizeans has been clear from the start of our journey together. Optimism and opportunity will propel all Belizeans to win. And 2024 brought about multiple wins, big and small. Allow me to mention just a few of the big ones. Belizeans are winning when the vast majority who seek employment can find high-paying jobs. National data shows that 98 out of every 100 who seek work can now find well-paying jobs. Belizeans won when government recently raised the brackets of those who pay zero income taxes and removed the GST for property transfers and mortgages. Belizeans are winning when all fees and costs at every public health clinic in the country have now been eliminated. And Belizeans entrepreneurs have won special status with the targeted duty and tax exemptions that automatically apply to micro, small, and medium enterprises. Some wins take more time to secure. For example, inflation. Government heard the complaints about the cost of living, and government has acted forcefully against price gougers and acted decisively to provide relief. Our commitment to lowering the cost of living is why our bakers and public transport operators and farmers have all received some level of subsidy and relief. And in spectacular fashion, Belizeans capped the year with a first ever tax holiday. 4 days, 2 weekends before Christmas, where shopping is done without paying any GST, a 12.5% reduction to prices countrywide. The sum of our efforts is the reason why the latest estimate shows price inflation contained to only 2.1%. 2024 has truly been a year of Belizean triumph. Let me be clear though, these many achievements have not dimmed our administration's desire to work even harder in 2025 to deliver on the virtuous goals of Plan Belize. Yes, poverty has been halved compared to 2018, but any Belizean that's poor is one too many. Yes, thousands of housing and farming plots have been awarded, but this government's push to place valuable titled land in the hands of first-time landowners will not relent. 2025 will witness the construction start of the new state-of-the-art tertiary care hospital in Bamapan that will elevate public health care to new levels of excellence. And the new year will bring the final phase in the realization of a truly national health insurance program so that every Belizean, including residents of the Kaya district, benefit from free public health care. Our push for a greater quality and more accessible education programs will intensify in 2025, as will our already aggressive program of infrastructure improvements, including streets, roads, drains and bridges, particularly in our villages and towns. Altogether, Belize is better positioned than ever before to soar to enriching heights. Our reputation as a world-class tourism destination, the results of which show in the massive visitor growth of recent years, has blossomed now to a destination for investment, for retirement, and for commercial access to Mexico, CARICOM, and Central America. In a world seemingly beleaguered by conflict and chaos, our precious jewel glitters ever brighter as a model of stability, diversity, and sustainability. Beyond the stunning accomplishments and statistics, what most heartens me as we soar to 2025 is to witness the winning spirit of our people. In these brief few years of enabling the private sector, of pushing back against apathy and corruption, of engaging in good faith collaboration with public servants and teachers, we sense and see the transformative impact of our people's remarkable resilience. In this first phase of Plan Belize, we gave birth to an age of self-belief and optimism that seemed impossible 4 years ago. Today, any win is possible. Any dream is achievable. Government in this new year will continue to champion higher individual and institutional standards, conscious that as public servants, we must lead by example. We also know that 2025 brings with it the promise of elections, a time when we must first give an account of our performance over the past 4 years and offer our vision for building on Plan Belize. We remain confident that the best version of Belize lies ahead of us, and with the guidance of our Creator, we will move forward. Vamos! Vamos bien! To every Belizean, I extend the very best wishes for a safe, sparkling strut into 2025. May the Almighty continue to lavish our people and country with His abundant blessings. Happy New Year to all.
Digi is bringing the power of connectivity to every corner of Belize with our Digi on-the-go mobile store.
Ma, Digi dia.
Digi dia.
Don't say. Sign up for the fastest, most reliable home fiber service, purchase the latest device, or explore our wide range of services. This one-of-a-kind mobile store has it all. Our dedicated team brings the same high-quality in-store experience to you, ensuring you stay connected with friends, family, and the world.
You guys bringing the mobile here, it's really helpful, saving a lot of money for people going from the town, especially like in Punta Gorda, which is 25 miles away from here, which will cost a couple dollars for them to reach there. So having these caravan here, it's a lot easier, it's a lot cheaper, and you know, people are taking advantage. As you can see, we have a lot of people coming out today to purchase some of these devices, top-ups and even postpaid that they're eager to have, no?
Digi is connecting Belize one community at a time. Look out for the Digi on-the-go mobile store with exclusive deals and offers in a community near you. Follow us on our Digi Facebook page to see where we will be next.
Digi, our national telecom.
Shop smart for your Samsung devices in Belize and enjoy benefits you won't get anywhere else. When you shop locally for your Samsung, all your devices will be covered by a 1-year local warranty. You won't get that when shopping with the other guys. When in doubt, always look for the Cellular World seal to know you're getting the real deal. Shop with confidence and enjoy your Galaxy knowing that it can be repaired locally at our Samsung Service Center by certified Samsung technicians using original parts and machinery. Even better, enjoy the best LTE experience in Belize, knowing that your Samsung devices are compatible with major local carrier networks. Get the ultimate Samsung Galaxy experience only when you shop from authorized Samsung resellers nationwide.
Unwrap the joy of crystal clear picture and sound from Aiwa, the brand that offers you affordability and exceptional quality. Aiwa has a wide range of exceptional products to choose from, such as TVs, speakers, headphones, home appliances, and much more at affordable prices that won't break the bank. Enhance your audio-visual entertainment experience with Aiwa, and for your convenience, parts are readily available in country for hassle-free maintenance. You can find Aiwa products at your local electronics store countrywide. Choose Aiwa, the best in home entertainment and household appliances.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you've been waiting for. In this corner, we have the masters of limitless power and unbeatable connections. Pioneers of 4G LTE in Belize. It's the undefeated champion, Smart. And in the other corner, struggling to keep up, it's the other guy. Fight! Tired of getting blow after blow from a plan with the other guys? It's time to tap out and join the winning postpaid plan provider. Smart's postpaid plans are a total knockout to the competition, and they have once again powered up their postpaid plans. Sign up for one of Smart's boosted postpaid power plans today and experience the victory of superior service. Smart, bringing people together.
A few weeks ago, residents of Keycocker voiced their concerns about a proposed fuel station and convenience store near the split at the northern end of the island. Many of the property owners, mostly expats, are worried about the potential environmental impact of the project. They also claim they were never consulted by Petrol Alliance Group Holding Company Limited, the company planning to build the depot. In late December, Mark Leslie and his business partner, Elvis Landaveri, addressed these concerns to ease the residents' fares. The Petrol Alliance Group owns lots 957 and 2016 on the leeward side of Keycocker. Earlier today, News 5 spoke with Mark Leslie, a director of the San Ignacio-based company, to get more details.
We are planning to build a fuel station there. We have done major research before even going into this project, and we actually went ahead and applied for all our clearances and every other thing with the department of, well, all the governmental departments that were necessary, inclusive of the Department of the Environment. We have received environmental clearance from the department. And like with all environmental clearance, they do give you a compliance plan, which we must adhere to. And inclusive in that compliance plan are things like mitigation schedules and whatever have you that would ensure, one, public safety, two, environmental safety. In all due respect, we did speak to most people before we went in there. I have unlimited supporting letters from the residents of Keycocker, and we did go speak to a lot of them, and we still are continuing to get support letters from people. Now, when we applied through the village council, I believe it was something that maybe the village council should have mentioned to us before. I'm not trying to put down anybody, okay? But it was not something to say that we would have a public forum. If there was something where the Keycocker Village Council or anybody would have advised us that a public forum is or would be necessary, it is something that we would gladly do, even if it means sitting at the village council, their office or wherever they choose, and then have some sort of maybe a public interview where we may do question and answers.
Concerned neighbors also brought up the issue of insurance, worried that the proximity and nature of the development would make it difficult for them to get coverage for their properties. However, Leslie reassured them, saying he met with all 7 local insurance providers, and none of them had any objections to insuring properties near the proposed fuel depot site.
With throughout the entire country of Belize, we only have 7 providers. And I contacted and reached out to them. And each of the individuals that I spoke to within those organizations had mentioned to me that there is no issue with them issuing insurance to anybody. Especially, and I of course gave them the area and I told them about the project, and they again reassured me that that should not be an issue. The worst case scenario, from my understanding, and they're not saying that that location is, however, the worst case scenario would be that they would take it on a one-on-one basis and maybe go and inspect wherever they were if it was in an industrial area or some place that they would consider hazardous. And they would still try to give that person insurance. I'm not, again, categorically, I'm not saying that our location is, I'm just saying this is an overall policy from the companies, that they would still try to give you insurance. What may be affected if they considered or deem someplace hazardous or a heavy industrial zone is that they may look at either higher premiums or higher deductibles, but it would not be denying anybody insurance coverage. I also went to the higher authority, which is, I believe, the insurance secretary of the country of Belize. And their offices also told me that should any one of the 7 ever deny insurance to anybody, that person or individual or group or entity may apply to the Secretary of Insurance, who may then allow them to get coverage from outside of the country. So if you prefer a provider from maybe the U.S., because the people that I understand are expats from the U.S. that are concerned about the insurance, should the 7 Belizean entities decide that it is too high risk, they may then still go to the Secretary of Insurance, who may at that point give them permission to get coverage from outside. Now, again, categorically, I'm not saying that our location is. I'm just trying to find as much information so that I may be able to share it with the residents and try to satisfy their concerns.
The Domestic Violence Unit of the Belize Police Department has long been known for its crucial role in diffusing heated disputes and helping to put perpetrators behind bars with solid evidence. The unit also works closely with the Ministry of Human Development. Now, as of New Year's Day, it has been rebranded as the Gender-Based Violence Responsive and Investigative Unit, GVRIU. This change, while still under the Ministry of Home Affairs, has been warmly welcomed by Minister Dolores Balderramos Garcia.
Commissioner of Police Chester Williams called me on it, and I ran it by our senior staff, and we said, absolutely, we embrace and we welcome the change, because, you know, the word domestic, well, you know, when you talk about, if you use domestic as a noun, a domestic means somebody who works in the home or in the house. And then when you say domestic violence, it's violence in the home. However, gender-based violence cuts right across the board, whether it is in the workplace, whether it's on the street. There are so many things that happen in terms of the gendered aspect of violence, whether it be sexual harassment. And, you know, we have new sexual harassment legislation. So, like I say, whether it's on the street, at the workplace, when you're traveling, when you're moving around, there is violence which is gender-based. And so it does not only occur in the home.
The combined efforts aim to tackle gender-based violence in all its forms, including domestic violence, sexual violence, human trafficking, and harassment. In a press release, the police department stated that the new name aligns with its evolving mission to address violence, not only within domestic settings, but also in various scenarios where individuals face violence based on their gender, gender identity, or sexual orientation. Minister Balderramos Garcia recalled a harrowing incident involving a San Pedro woman who was viciously attacked and beaten by her estranged husband in November. The woman had to jump off a moving jet ski to seek help in Kikaker after being taken hostage. The minister highlighted the reality that many victims choose not to pursue a court case but want their report on record for future reference, should they face a similar situation with the same offender.
I want to mention something that came to my attention about a month and a half ago, that sometimes when women file a report or make a report to the police and they say it is for future reference, in other words, it was serious enough, the whatever incident it may have been, the woman felt and I'm speaking specifically about women now. The woman may have felt that it was significant enough to make a report to the police, but based on many, many human factors, she may not want to pursue a criminal charge against the perpetrator. So she says, I am filing this report for future reference. And so it came to my attention that sometimes the court system may wish to take the view that, oh, if you're filing a report for future reference, then you're going to come to court and withdraw the case and waste our time. And so, no, please, I am not throwing any stone at any individual magistrate or legal person or judge. I'm just saying that sometimes you may have the attitude that, they're going to come to court and withdraw the charge, and so it is not something that we should get into. I want to say that is not something that any court system should do. I would highly decry and discourage that, because we all know that when it comes to gender-based violence, intimate partner violence, domestic violence, these issues are extremely complex, difficult to deal with. And why? Because many, many times children are involved, and a woman, even a man, but mostly the woman would stay in the relationship because of the children and because of wanting to keep the family together, despite maybe an ongoing abuse, which is verbal, which is, by gestures, by actions, by withholding money for the household.
After the break, Wayodise, highlighting Belize's infamous humor. But first, here's the latest weather update from the Belize Met Service.
As we wrap 2024, let's take a moment to reflect on the significant strides we've made as a city. This year was all about innovation, sustainability, and building a Belize city ready for the future. Smart city enhancements took center stage in 2024. With the launch of our Belize City e-ride bus service under the e-mobility pilot project, we're paving the way for sustainable and efficient transportation, serving over 72,000 passengers since July 2024. Complemented by the innovative 501 Transit mobile app, daily commutes are easier and more convenient than ever. We also unveiled the new David Fonseca parking facility, complete with a modern ticketing system, new vendor structure, surveillance, and hot mix pavement to improve accessibility and efficiency in our downtown area. These advancements are transforming how we navigate and connect in Belize City, marking 2024 as a year of bold progress. Economic growth remained a top priority. The downtown super sales and festivals like the Pickstock Community Night Festival, Call It Night Festival, and Ebo Town Festival brought our neighborhoods to life while boosting local businesses. Through valued partnerships, another highlight was the completion of the Mahogany Street Marketplace, which now boasts over 20 carefully crafted vendor booths, public restrooms, and parking facilities, creating a space for commerce and community in the Mahogany Street area. Additionally, through continued property tax incentives, we provided financial relief for residents, making Belize City a more affordable place to live and thrive. For our youth, 2024 marked a year of expansion and opportunity. We launched the 4th cohort of the Youth Shadow Council YSC program, which grew to 12 members with the introduction of the new Youth Shadow City Administrator role. Key programs like the Child Advisory Body, youth panel discussions, and the ever-growing summer and Christmas camps inspired and empowered the leaders of tomorrow. The Youth Connect Student Hub, which opened in 2023, has now served over 300 students, creating a space for learning, mentoring, and collaboration. In continuing to promote health and wellness, 2024 saw the Belize City Triathlon, community bike rides, and the half marathon. Further reinforcing this commitment, the installation of 9 new fitness nooks and parks across the city has created accessible spaces for exercise and recreation. September was a time to celebrate together as a city. Events like the 10th BRAM, the 21st Bash, and the lively Independence Day Parade showcased our pride and heritage, reminding us of the importance of culture and community in shaping our future. As we celebrated our culture and unity, we made significant strides in improving our city's infrastructure. This year, building on our progress in 2023, we've concreted an additional 16,220 linear feet of street, including the rehabilitation of St. Thomas Street with the support of valued partners, while advancing the manhole cover expansion project to enhance safety and accessibility throughout our neighborhoods. With the rehabilitation of Constitution Park, Dolphin Park, and Ring Road Park made possible through dedicated partnerships, we are building on our commitment to promoting child-friendly spaces in our communities. These projects ensure that our city remains connected, resilient, and forward-thinking. Our efforts to strengthen information sharing and community engagement, this year we found new ways to connect with our residents. From the debut of the weekly City Talk Show and the launch of City Pulse, our video series and monthly newsletters, to events like Family Fun Day, the annual tree lighting ceremony, and the stunning overpass lighting displays in September and December, we've worked to create a sense of belonging and joy across the city. And now we're looking ahead to 2025 with excitement. We can look forward to more infrastructure development, further smart city enhancements such as modern bus stops, the e-ride taxi service, the expansion of our e-ride bus service, and the launch of the highly anticipated Belize City app, a game changer for how residents access city services. 2024 has been a year to remember, a year in which we've taken bold steps forward while staying true to our commitment to building a city for everyone. And while we're proud of what we've achieved, there's more ahead. Let's thrive in 2025. Your Belize City Council, always vote the people.
I'm connected. Yo.
I'm connected.
We're connected.
Create the perfect broadband bundle that fits your style with Smart Connect. With the Junior Bundle, get 50% off your national calls and up to 6 gigabytes of data at no extra cost. Get postpaid added on for an additional cost of only $25 with the Prime Bundle. Stay connected with unlimited smart-to-smart calls, plus 6,300 megabytes of data and free international minutes. For the family, get the Binge Watchers bundle with Netflix add-on for only $28.13 more. This bundle gives you 4 profiles with unlimited streaming on multiple devices. Visit a showroom near you to sign up and personalize your own bundle combination with Smart Connect. Smart, bringing people together.
My name is Berlin Augustus Smith. The type of pension that I'm receiving is invalidity pension from Social Security due to incapacitation or chronic osteoarthritis, whereby I receive tremendous malfunction of the lumbar of my back or the spine, and that rendered me incapable of working. I was basically paralyzed from waist down. I've been receiving Social Security benefits or pension from mid-2019. As I was the breadwinner, it helped me meet the necessary financial strain that my family was under. If that wasn't in place, I do not know how I would be at this present moment. I believe that I would be in much more stressful condition, and that would have even rendered me a little bit harder to cope with the restoration or the healing part in trying to come back as best as I can. Paying Social Security benefit, it has helped me cope with the financial strain that life demands. We don't know how we're going to stand or what's going to happen to us in the future. So it's always good to have a structure like that in place whereby they can help you.
Over 100 stakeholders were engaged in a study to determine how coastal fishing communities, namely Belize City, Dangriga, and San Pedro Town, have been affected by climate change. The scope of the data was over a 30-year period from 1991 to 2020. Today's event is the fifth in a series of consultations to enhance adaptation for vulnerable communities and vulnerabilities within coastal zone and fisheries. The aim is essentially to make the country resilient to climate change.
Today, the findings are going to be presented and validated by the stakeholders. It's important because it helps to build resilience for the key sectors of the fisheries sector, as well as within the coastal zone, within communities, which are priority areas. They're heavily impacted by the impacts of climate change, whether it's sea level rise, erosion, changes in temperature, intense hurricanes. The findings will be used to build long-term readiness projects to ensure the viability and the longevity of the fisheries sector.
So influencing policy, basically.
Yes.
The process began earlier this year. An international consultant, Dr. Asha Singh, says that even though some of the data is unavailable, the impact of climate change can be seen and felt across these three communities.
Overwhelmingly, yes. Climate change is affecting Belize. Climate change is affecting Belize City. Climate change is affecting Dangriga Town. I cannot say much about San Pedro because the data that I would require for rainfall, etc., there isn't a data station. But if we can speculate based on the information for these two cities, yes, San Pedro is being affected by climate change. So that's one of the major foundation to the study. We are being affected. One of the things that we looked at is the exposure, how much we're exposed to these impacts that I've just mentioned. What is the sensitivity? How sensitive are we? And how are we adapting? And in all aspects, I can say that these are very high for these communities.
The study showed that Belize City is most adversely affected by climate change. Rising sea level, floods, erosion, and warmer temperatures were among the 27 indicators that were identified and used in the study. So how has the fisheries sector been affected?
The fisheries sector is very vulnerable. Why is it vulnerable? Because it occupies a set of stakeholders, or I would say it employs a set of Belizeans that really rely on those resources, who pretty much don't have much more of an occupation, but no fisheries for 30 odd years or even more. And when you have issues like climate change that start having where the fish becomes moving further away because the water is warming, when you put that to a fisherman who just have a canoe that would just go out there to fish, it really comes down to livelihood and his ability to feed his family. So it becomes very, very critical when we look at these sectors.
Blue Economy Director Maxine Monsanto says that the study is one of two that is ongoing, and the report will be made available for everyone so that future planning can take into consideration climate change adaptation when making investments.
There are multiple portions to the readiness project. So vulnerability and livelihood assessment is one. Another one is stakeholder engagement. An assessment has been already completed for that, and the development of a stakeholder engagement committee is being finalized. The next one is gender evaluation and assessment. That is also already, these are all ongoing activities. Last one is an assessment of the value added chain within the fisheries sector.
Dwayne Moody for News 5.
From crowns to cards, Destiny Wagner, who proudly represented Belize at the Miss Earth 2021 pageant, is also the creative mind behind the popular Belizean card game, Waya de Se. This M-rated 4-player game was soft-launched in November 2022. In it, players compete to choose the best phrase from their hand of cards to respond to various scenarios from across Belize, adding a hilarious local twist to the gameplay. In tonight's edition of Belize on Reel, we revisit the official launch of this game, which has been making its way into Belizean homes since 2023. News 5's Paul Lopez has the story.
You are now crowned Miss Earth 2021! You are it! Congratulations, Belize! You are the Miss Earth of 2021!
She is known around the world as Miss Earth 2021. Belizean Destiny Wagner has developed and launched a new card game that is all about the Belizean Creole language and its creative expressions. The name of the game is Waya de Se, and it's branded as the official card game of Belize. Of course, you remember this now popular phrase from the former Prime Minister, Dean Barrow.
Wish that you had turned back around, sir, to get your simple pills. That's what you should have done.
Or this viral expression. These phrases, among a variety of other unique Belizean Creole slangs, are captured in this card game. Wagner stopped by our studio in Coney Drive in Belize City to show us how to play the game.
So the name of the game is called Waya de Se, the official card game of Belize. It's very simple. Each player will get 5 white cards. You all have your 5 white cards in your hand.
Yes, we do.
And the dealer, which will be me, will read the black card aloud. You then must select the best card in your hand to answer.
Okay.
It's very simple. And I'll choose which card I think is the funniest, and they then become the dealer.
Okay.
All right.
So let's try it.
The first card reads, "Your Lisa started a fight outside. What you to say?"
Started a fight outside. Me?
Clockwise, Ada.
Okay. Go far around me.
Okay.
Informer for dead.
Don't ever me do it. Okay. So as a dealer, I will have to go with Informer half a day because she said find some. Your Lisa said find somebody. So the game was actually thought about during the pandemic, and I played a lot of games with my family because there was nothing else to do. So we had a lot of game nights, and then I realized that we did not have a game for Belize. We played Pity Pot, yes, but we needed a game of culture that celebrates our local dialect, our language. And so I was online and I started reading the Facebook statuses and the comment section in the news, and that's where all of these cards came from.
You try to try a Lashu picnic. Where to say?
Ah, come on now. Got this.
I was say, well, I know the claimant picked me, right? So I said, I don't even know this person.
Oh my God. Me, I would say you're stupid or what?
I will get you fired.
Destiny has been promoting Waya de Se in Belize and the US by organizing and executing game nights. The first rendition of the card game was created on index cards, which she shared with her friends and family to get their feedback. It is through those comments and responses that she settled on the phrases that would ultimately make the final cut.
I think Belize, we have a we're very diverse and we have a lot of characters here, and we're naturally funny, and I think sometimes we underestimate our characters and our personalities. So this was just a way of celebrating that.
So this is really your brainchild, and you've invested your own money to see it come to life. What has that meant and been like for you?
Well, I love my country, so if I can do anything to help and to celebrate us, then I will definitely take advantage of that and do that. And this game it does that. It celebrates us and it's a game for us by us. It allows us to feel a sense of civic pride. It allows us to something to brag about when tourists come here. Have you played this game before? When our cousins come from foreign, hey, let us play this game that for we.
So you're expert on new bands.
I was saying.
So you're expert on new bands.
What should have said, Destiny?
You look like you have a lot of picnic.
Oh my gosh. I want to say stop playing with people.
You're not tired of that young girl?
Definitely.
Stop them playing with people, man.
As you can tell, a round of Wayo de Sec can make for a great time of bonding and laughter among peers. As a creative, this former beauty queen says she is ready to take on the world with her new product.
It was launched last November.
Okay.
So we've been very slow. We only had a couple of games at first, a few games, and we sold out instantly.
Really?
So then I was waiting to get a big shipment, and I finally got my big shipment in last month. So now it's time to push. I'm a creative and my mind is always running and moving, and I just want to put out my art. And I know that sometimes we stall as entrepreneurs and think that maybe it's not ready, but someone out there wants it. So I just wanted to put it out there and celebrate our culture.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.
When we return, San Pedro resident alleges police abuse.
Compatriotas beliceños, el tránsito festivo hacia el Año Nuevo está sobre nosotros. Son días de celebración, alegría familiar y reflexión. A medida que nos acercamos al 2025, la tradición nos invita a revisar nuestro desempeño durante el año pasado y imaginar nuestras perspectivas para el año venidero. Sin duda, hasta los burlones reconocerán las múltiples victorias que los beliceños pueden afirmar con confianza en la línea de meta de este año. Nuestra gente trabaja, obtienen mayores ingresos, pagan menos impuestos, viven en comunidades más seguras, se benefician de una educación y una sanidad mejores, y creen por primera vez en una generación que las oportunidades y la esperanza están a la altura de sus ambiciones. Como primer ministro, mi promesa a los beliceños ha sido clara desde el principio de nuestro viaje juntos. El optimismo y la oportunidad impulsará a todos los beliceños a ganar. Y el 2024 trajo consigo múltiples victorias, grandes y pequeñas. Permítame mencionar solo algunas de las grandes. Los beliceños ganan cuando la gran mayoría de los que buscan empleo pueden encontrar trabajos bien remunerados. Los datos nacionales muestran que de 98 de cada 100 personas que buscan trabajo pueden encontrar ahora empleos bien remunerados. Los beliceños ganaron cuando el gobierno elevó recientemente los tramos de quienes no pagan impuestos sobre la renta y eliminó el impuesto sobre bienes inmuebles para las transmisiones patrimoniales y las hipotecas. Los beliceños ganan cuando ahora se han eliminado todas las tasas y costos en todas las clínicas de salud pública del país. Y los empresarios beliceños han ganado un estatus especial con las exenciones específicas de derechos y impuestos que se aplican automáticamente a las microempresas y las pequeñas y medianas empresas. Algunas victorias tardan más tiempo en conseguirse. Por ejemplo, la inflación. El gobierno escuchó las quejas sobre el costo de la vida y el gobierno ha actuado energéticamente contra los que suben los precios y ha actuado con decisión para aliviar la situación. Nuestro compromiso de reducir el costo de la vida es la razón por la que nuestros panaderos, operadores de transporte público y agricultores han recibido algún tipo de subvención y ayuda. Y de forma espectacular, los beliceños culminaron el año con las primeras vacaciones fiscales de su historia. 4 días, 2 fines de semana antes de Navidad, en los que se puede comprar sin pagar el impuesto de bienes y servicios GST, lo que supone una reducción del 12.5% de los precios en todo el país. La suma de nuestros esfuerzos es la razón por la que la última estimación muestra una inflación de precios contenida en solo el 2.1%. 2024 ha sido realmente un año de triunfo beliceño. Pero permítame ser claro, estos numerosos logros no han atenuado el deseo de nuestra administración de trabajar aún más duro en el 2025 para cumplir los virtuosos objetivos del Plan Belice. Sí, la pobreza se ha reducido a la mitad en comparación con el 2018, pero cualquier beliceño que sea pobre es uno de más. Sí, se ha adjudicado miles de viviendas y parcelas agrícolas, pero el impulso de este gobierno para poner tierras valiosas y tituladas en manos de propietarios primerizos no cejará. 2025 será testigo del inicio de la construcción del nuevo hospital de atención terciaria de Belmopan, que elevará la atención sanitaria pública a nuevos niveles de excelencia. Y el nuevo año traerá la fase final de la realización de un verdadero programa nacional de seguro de salud, NHI, para que todos los beliceños, incluidos los residentes del distrito de Cayo, se beneficien de una asistencia sanitaria pública gratuita. En el 2025 intensificaremos nuestro impulso a programas educativos más accesibles y de mayor calidad, al igual que nuestro ya agresivo programa de mejorar de infraestructuras como calles, carreteras, desagües y puentes, sobre todo en nuestros pueblos y ciudades. En conjunto, Belice está mejor posicionado que nunca para alcanzar cotas enriquecedoras. Nuestra reputación como destino turístico de categoría mundial, cuyos resultados se manifiestan en el crecimiento masivo de visitantes de los últimos años, ha florecido hasta convertirse en un destino para la inversión, para la jubilación, y para el acceso comercial a México, CARICOM y Centroamérica. En un mundo aparentemente asediado por el conflicto y el caos, nuestra preciosa joya brilla cada vez más como modelo de estabilidad, diversidad y sostenibilidad. Más allá de los asombrosos logros y estadísticas, lo que más me anima ahora que nos adentramos el 2025 es ser testigo del espíritu ganador en nuestro pueblo. En estos breves años de capacitación del sector privado, de lucha contra la apatía y la corrupción, de colaboración de buen fe con los funcionarios públicos y los profesores, percibimos y vemos el impacto transformador de la extraordinaria resistencia de nuestro pueblo. En esta primera fase de Plan Belice, hemos dado a luz a una era de confianza en uno mismo y de optimismo que parecía imposible hace 4 años. Hoy, cualquier victoria es posible, cualquier sueño alcanzable. El gobierno en este nuevo año seguirá defendiendo normas individuales y institucionales más estrictas, consciente de que, como servidores públicos, debemos predicar con el ejemplo. Seguimos confiando en que tenemos ante nosotros la mejor versión de Belice y, con la guía de nuestro Creador, seguiremos adelante. Vamos, vamos bien. A todos los beliceños les deseo el mejor para el 2025. Que el Todopoderoso siga colmando a nuestro pueblo y a nuestro país con sus abundantes bendiciones. ¡Feliz Año Nuevo a todos!
Gentlemen, this is what you've been waiting for. In this corner, we have the masters of limitless power and unbeatable connection. Pioneers of 4G LTE in Belize. It's the undefeated champion, Smart. And in the other corner, struggling to keep up, it's the other guy. Fight! Tired of getting blow after blow from a plan with the other guys? It's time to tap out and join the winning postpaid plan provider. Smart's postpaid plans are a total knockout to the competition, and they have once again powered up their postpaid plans. Sign up for one of Smart's boosted postpaid power plans today and experience the victory of superior service. Smart, bringing people together.
Discover a shopping experience like no other at the V Department Store. They carry a vast array of products at unbeatable prices. Elevate your shopping journey with affordability, diversity, and accessibility at the V. Conveniently located at 1745 Coney Drive in Belize City. At Belize Signs, we turn your ideas into reality. Whether it's billboards that command attention, banners that set the stage, or car decals that make a statement, we've got you covered. From lighted signs that shine in the darkest nights to magnetic signs that are easily interchangeable, we offer a wide range of options like billboards, banners, vehicle decals, lighted signs, magnetic signs, acrylic signs, metal signs, PVC signs, aluminum signs, vehicle wraps, vinyl prints, 3D lettering, awnings, wall murals, and a whole lot more. We're not just sign makers, we're brand enablers. Visit us today.
Tonight, a San Pedro resident, Alex Wade, is coming forward with allegations of police brutality. Wade claims that he was beaten by 4 police officers in his cell, resulting in several injuries, including a fractured elbow. He told News 5 that the incident began on Monday after he was detained for getting into a physical altercation with another person in public. Wade alleges that he was denied the right to make a phone call, and after cursing at a police officer, was physically attacked. According to Wade, this is just one of several similar incidents. Speaking with Wade today, he informed us that he plans to press charges. Here's more on that.
I was chilling outside of Freight here at St. Abbas at the roadside, and a guy passed and messed with me, but he threw a stone, right? And I threw a stone back to him, and he went and called the police, and things they come, carry us at the station, and things put me in the cell, and I asked the police for a call because nobody knew I was there, so I asked him for a call, and he told me no, I was sleeping. I was going to sleep there for the rest of the night, so I just cussed him. I used that obscene language. I cussed him out, and he told me say it again, and I say it again, and he opened the cell. I was already in the cell, and he opened the cell, and he came in. 2 of them came in, and they started beating me, and I tried to defend myself. I shoved one of them off, and he went out, and he came in back with a metal level. That is when he lashed me about like 4 times on my elbow, fractured my elbow.
Were you given any medical treatment after this incident?
Yes, ma'am. I got my medical form. I got two X-ray form.
And you said that how this was the first time that it happened.
First, yes, ma'am.
When did it happen again?
Just like last night.
So you've been since released from the station?
Yes, ma'am. I released, but me and my neighbor went through a little argument, a little problem. I threw a rock at her, but I didn't hit her with the rock. I hit the building behind her. Then she went to report that I stoned her with a rock, and they arrest me and thing. And same thing, I asked the corporal for a phone call, and he tell me no. So I just tell him I cussed him again. I cussed the corporal, and he opened the cell, and he tell me to come outside. I tell him no, I won't go outside because I know I make my right turn wrong. I know my right. If I go outside, they want to charge me again, right, ma'am? So I never moved. They opened the ricketa. They went in the cell, dragged me out, tried to drag me out. I had to fight back for no come out. Then the next guy jumped. Try to save me because I still got one hand, ma'am. I can't defend myself, right? Yeah, next guy jump in to save me. They whap me, bust his head to ma'am. They beat his body in the station, 2 of us.
So right now your arm is in a sling or it's wrapped up?
Yes, ma'am. It's cast up and it's in a sling. I could make George send a picture of it to you.
Okay, and so what is it exactly you're hoping for people to be aware of this? Are you pressing any charges?
Yes, ma'am, I am pressing charges. I want a lawsuit the station, ma'am.
This morning, a tragic incident occurred offshore near St. George's Key when an elderly tourist drowned during a marine adventure. 67-year-old Renduran Nair from Florida was snorkeling with a group of tourists when he encountered difficulties just before 10 a.m. Despite efforts to resuscitate him, he was pronounced dead. His body was brought to Belize City, where a post-mortem examination is scheduled. Tonight, 22-year-old Egbert Vince Gill from Santa Barbara Street is out on bail after being arraigned on a charge of aggravated assault with a knife. Late this evening, Gill, who did not have legal representation, appeared before Chief Magistrate Jayani Wegodapola. He was charged with aggravated assault with a dangerous instrument against Leon Lopez. Gill, a laborer from Belize City, pleaded not guilty. With no objections, he was granted bail of $1,500 plus one surety of the same amount, which he met. As part of his bail conditions, Gill must not contact the complainant or any members of his family. He also must not be arrested or charged with any other offenses while out on bail, or his bail will be revoked. Gill's next court date is set for February 28, 2025. Tonight, 29-year-old Jeremy Johnson from Mascal is out on bail after being arraigned in Belize City Magistrates Court on a robbery charge. The allegations against Johnson claim that on December 13, 2024, in Moscow Village, he used force to steal $45 from Milton Reyes. During his arraignment, Johnson initially pleaded guilty with an explanation, insisting that he did not rob the man. Disagreeing with the police's account and denying the offense, Johnson was granted bail of $2,000 and is scheduled to return to court in February 2025. As part of his bail conditions, Johnson must attend all court dates set by the magistrate and must not be arrested or charged with any other offenses while out on bail, or his bail could be revoked. Every year, we eagerly await the announcement of the first baby born in the new year. While the news varies across the 6 districts at KHMH, the first baby of 2025 arrived at 12:15 a.m. on January 1st. The proud mom, 19-year-old Glenda Pop from Hattieville Village, welcomed her second child. Today, Glenda and her newborn were discharged from the hospital after receiving traditional gifts from Sancas Limited, a heartwarming tradition they've upheld for the past 2 decades. News 5's Marian Ali was on the scene to capture the joyous moments and filed this report.
While Belizeans were out celebrating the arrival of 2025, one woman was making her way to the maternity ward to welcome her second son. 19-year-old Glenda Pop from Hattieville didn't expect to ring in the new year in labor, as her due date was set for Friday, January 3rd. But life had other plans, and she ended up ushering in 2025 with the birth of her baby boy.
No, then give me 3rd of January.
And he surprised you?
Yes.
What's his name?
Well, I don't find for his name yet.
When 12 o'clock came, right, she was fully dilated and ready to push, and she pushed, she delivered a healthy male neonate at 12:15 a.m., right, weighing 6 pounds 3 ounces.
Sister Estella Flowers, who oversees the KHMH maternity ward, shared with reporters that Glenda Pop arrived at the hospital around 8 p.m. on New Year's Eve. She mentioned that aside from Glenda's delivery of her newborn son, it was an unusually quiet New Year's Day at the hospital.
We were expecting 3 to 4 mothers, but she was the only one, and still only the only one. We just had a delivery yesterday on the 2nd, so she was the only one for the 24 hours.
As her blessings from Sancas Limited, Glenda received a hamper with goodies and necessities worth around $100.
The items are selected based on the policies from the hospital, putting breastfeeding first. Of course, we don't give any milk substitute in the package. We give Ovaltine, which helps with the production of breast milk. We also give 7C's vitamins. We give, of course, Huggies diapers and wipes, and we give Jergens products, which, of course, adds to self-care for the mom. We know that after having a newborn, it's very tough on the mom, so we do give products for the mom and baby, Kotex, of course, for mommy. So we've added a little every year based on the policy of the hospital, and we do check with them before we give the packages.
Marketing manager for Sancas Limited, Aisha Trop, says the 20-plus year tradition of giving to firstborns on New Year's is extended to all the districts.
We don't only give the baby born at KHMH, but we do give babies from all different public hospitals. We've checked, and so far San Ignacio had a baby boy. He was born 12:02 a.m. and Dangriga had 3. They had 2 females and 1 male. The first female was born at 9:02 a.m. So we continue to check and see if any other babies were born. We did check also the private hospitals, because we do give all the babies that were born for the new year a package.
I never know if I want to get this, so I said thanks to you all.
Glenda Pop was overjoyed with the gifts that came with the arrival of her second child, another baby boy. At just 19, she's already decided that 2 is enough for her. You plan on having more New Year's friends?
No, I don't want no more.
Reporting for News 5, I'm Marian Ali.
And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at channel5belize.com, on our Facebook, and on YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly, and from all of us here at News 5, good night.